Started early this morning for work, before I start getting into my emails and stuff like that. Yeah, this radiator is rotten at the bottom. Yes, it was leaking. You could see where it was, right at the bottom there, and also a bit further up. There's a couple of stones that have hit it. The previous owner decided, in his infinite wisdom, to basically underseal even the bumper, and what's happened is he's undersealed it so well that the water's actually got into the bolt, and that was a real pig. So it goes, basically that goes there and holds the radiator in. So yeah, and that has, yeah, it hasn't had the opportunity of the water to actually drain out, so it's rusted the bolt. So it's still okay, it's still going to hold, but yeah, you're not supposed to underseal this part, no. Yeah, it's underneath that you need to actually underseal it. You can put protector on it, like a light wax protector on it, but yeah, that's just a bit daft, really. Found a little bit of rust, which is the bracket here, which holds the crash protection thing in place, so actually when the bumper goes on, it engages. So that will probably need sorting, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, and the canister down there, I've had to I couldn't get one of those pipes off, so I've just sort of left it to one side. So yeah, that's where we've got today, and it's just starting to rain. Yeah, Jack, hello Jack. Yeah, and I'm just going to put the new radiator in right now, sort of transfer the bits over to it, and then all the rubber mounts and everything, and then put the new radiator in. Okay, so the radiator is partly in. The rubber mounts for the radiator were badly degraded, so I had to chop away quite a bit of the dead rubber, the rubber broken up. And I've managed to get the actual, what's left of it, actually in there. They will need 2 new rubber mounts, but that's fine. The radiator kissed me. The fins are so sharp on these things that they literally just kissed me a little bit, and yeah, it's all right. So yeah, just got the radiator in there. I'm just sort of trying to get that part, which is the canister, actually mounted onto the radiator, which is being a pain. I've got a work meeting coming up, so I need to, my first work meeting of the day, so I need to stop and get on with work, and then come back to this at lunchtime. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the parts for the radiator, so it's just the thermostat here, which goes in there. The clips have arrived for it all, that's fine. Yeah, I'm starting to take the suspension apart, and it's how to describe it. The previous owner had basically covered everything in underseal, and I mean everything, absolutely everything. So when you're actually trying to work with it, you're covered in underseal, and I'm having to wash my hands every single time I do anything in the car or on the car, because I'm just covered in underseal, and it's underseal where it really shouldn't be. Okay, but there's other coatings which will protect for rust. This thing is absolutely covered. It's very difficult to get it in there. It is absolutely covered, and the problem is that the underseal also blocks water, and if the water gets in on one side, it will rust the car out. So yeah, there's bolts like down on the radiators things where it's been covered in underseal, and that's prevented the water from actually coming out of the bolt, and the bolt's rusted. Yeah, it is just everywhere. It's excessive. Yeah, it's excessive. Just WD-40 or something else, you know, literally there's other coatings out there which will help prevent rust and prevent it from going. It literally is, the whole car is covered. I've actually cleaned all this up. As you can see, there we are. And this was actually underneath the underseal. So it's actually hiding stuff as well. That's what I'm more worried about now, is that there's just so much under seal. It's hiding surprises. It's already got a few issues with rust here and down here on the scuttle part here. So that's all got to be attended to, and that's got to be done relatively quickly. So Mike doesn't have a garage for this, so it's undercover. So some of this has got to be really taken care of fairly quickly, like in the next year. Otherwise it's just going to eat the car through. And again, this is just too much under seal. Yeah, it's meant for underneath. Under. What's the word? That's what the word is for. Under seal. Anyway, right. So yeah, I've got that out. I'm just going to put a new spring on this side, and then I'll do the other side. Sorry, I'll do the back. Unfortunately, Jack has decided to poo right where I'm going to sit there, so I've got to clean all that up as well. And his guts weren't particularly good either, so I've got to try and sort that, literally sort his shit out. So the bolt, the nut, the bolt which goes in there are stripped. This one's fine, so I've got to try and sort that, and a few other bits and pieces. So, yeah, but yeah, we're getting on with it. Okay, so the new strut and the damper and the spring are in place. I've just got to tighten up the up there and then put the wheel back on, and that side is done. Well, the new suspension's on, so if I push down the old side, you'll see the car moves a lot. This side, yeah, that's quite firm. Huge difference. So new side, and the old side. I can get a hand in there, yeah, about a hand, and then on this side, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that suspension was so tired. It's leaning to one side right now, leaning that way. So yeah, right, so that's one side done. Okay, so we're on the driver's side now. I'm just taking it off. My battery on my impact driver has just died, so I managed to get the wheel off, and that was about that. So again, really crappy, very rusty actually. Those springs, yeah. So okay, pads and discs all look good, so that's a good sign. No lip, nothing at all. So yeah, I think they were put on not that long ago. So right, okay, let's wait for the battery to charge, have a cup of tea, and get on with this one. So everything's all in. New damper and spring are on. I've just got to put the wheel on, and also the top mount is now secure. So yeah, that's the entire front done. So it's really just the rears, which I will do tomorrow. I'm going to upload this video tonight, edit it and upload it tonight during dinner, and do the rears tomorrow.